Hello, viewers and discussion guides. This is your wonderful Grim 7088. Now, most of you haven't really sent me much to work on, so I just went along and got an idea of the shows that I've seen, because it's just really hard to appeal to everyone. So, in this episode, we're going to do the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, you're asking, what were the original Power Rangers? Well, they first appeared in '93, which the original 5 were selected by Zordon, a interdimensional being that thought he got rid of Rita Repulsa, the season 1 villain, which couldn't really defeat the Power Rangers and whatnot. But she didn't give up on doing that. But everything up to the Power Rangers Samurais, okay? A good percentage of the villains throughout every season, every generation, throughout, the villain actually showed his or her face and whatnot. In Power Ranger Samurai, it took, maybe 2 seasons to finally, or at the season finale or something like that, to finally have the main villain show his face. Yeah. The main villain in season 1, on the other hand, was Rita, until season 2, where Lord Zed showed up. Now, there was a double hitter right there. 2 supervillains in one show. Power Rangers, back then, they were awesome, because there was a similar thing, but not really exciting, because it only had 3. Or actually, maybe 4 or 5, but at first it was just 3. Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Now, between the original and Dino Thunder, and the original, they took 5 Dinozords to make the Megazord. And Power Rangers Dino Thunder takes 3. But see, between original and Power Rangers Samurai, the only difference is they have little things that are right there. Not like in the original where it was fun and whatnot, where people like I or any other generation wanted to be. A friend of mine I was talking to a little bit ago, he wanted me to shout out for him, Hyman. Now, I know I haven't really labeled part 1 and part 2 from the beginning, but I'll put TV discussions Power Rangers on this. But see, I want people to put down what they want me to say, or not to say, but which shows they want to hear on the show. Now, in every episode, and I will say I do apologize on the really bad sketches and whatnot, or bad imagery, but I'm kind of limited to have what I require. Now, back to Power Rangers. And before we get anywhere, I'm sorry if I'm jumping around to different generations, but it's whenever there's a new season of a new show, they want to renew it. Like I said in my first two parts, there are two different shows that I haven't seen in a while. The originals of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! But back to Power Rangers. Now, back then it's like about quarter of the way through season 1, somewhere around there, Rita, whom takes her chance to destroy the Power Rangers with her own Ranger, whom she picks Tommy, that sooner will be the White Ranger, well, green for our little heroes of a group called Power Rangers, which then is then put out of commission because of a candle that no one really puts into action till later into like 10, 20, well, about 12 episodes. And I do apologize if I'm getting the wrong information. Hate me for it, whatever, I don't care. As long as the viewers, you folks, and try to enjoy the quality time of the shows from past to present. Now, Power Rangers, if most of you don't know, are a group of supernatural rangers that protect the Earth. There were a lot throughout the years that I've seen, but in the original, Tommy is almost similar to Tommy, or not Tommy, Jason, in martial art. They both train in martial arts. But the only difference is Tommy has a few different roles into the show, which I can't think of them, but he is as equal as every other hero in the show. And Jason, who is the Red Ranger till Power Rangers Zeo. But Tommy, whom most of you know, played in one or two different seasons, but not as the White Ranger or Black Ranger, but as the Red Ranger, whom he was the Red Ranger in Power Rangers Zeo. And Jason, whom became the Black Ranger, I believe, in Power Rangers Zeo. Now, Tommy became the White Ranger after several episodes later in season 1. If you don't believe me, you can go check. Power Rangers is something the 90s kids do enjoy. If you're from the 80s and saw most of Power Rangers, the original Power Rangers, you will understand also that the 80s had their cartoons, 90s, but now it's like the 2000s up, it started to degrade all the wonderful, all the awesome shows that covered the 80s and 90s, which, if most of you want to comment on the bottom on which shows you want, please do so. And if you have any questions on why I decided to do this, please ask them and I'll answer them in next week's episode. And if I don't get to your question, just let me know which question you want me to ask. I'll answer this why I decided to do this, because I've went through a ton of different videos on YouTube which didn't really make any sense. Like the most creepiest shows or whatnot. I just want to say, I want to tell it straight up. Each show I've seen throughout childhood till now, how I think of them is my opinion, but if you folks believe you have a different opinion on certain shows, please say so. And we're almost out of time, but to finish up, how season 1 started out is that the story throughout season 1 and 2 is Angel Grove. Okay, some astronauts landed on the moon or somewhere in the final frontier, and they find a trash can, a space trash can, which they decide to open up, and Rita's goons escaped. Then they woke up season 1's villain, Rita Repulsa, whom started to attack Angel Grove. Then Zordon and Alpha are summoned to Angel Grove to recruit 5 heroes called the Power Rangers, 5 teenagers with attitude. And there's and I'll name a few off. Jason, Kimberly, Billy, trying to remember. That's pretty much it on what I remember of the 3 out of the 5 original Power Rangers going into the season. And if you have any other shows that you want to comment on the bottom, please. And see you all next week. And have a wonderful day. Keep your ears clear. Wait, that's a different thing. And have a wonderful night.